Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is DJ1 for AARF Interviews. And before we begin this next incredible interview, let me just tell you something. Animals are not permitted to be walked outside at Fairfield County Dog Pound, which is located at 1715 Granville Pike, Lancaster, Ohio. This is by order of the Fairfield County Commissioners due to quote-unquote liability issues. However, next door is the Fairfield County Humane Society, which is located at 1721 Granville Pike, Lancaster, Ohio. And the property it sits on is owned by the Fairfield County and overseen by the Fairfield County Commissioners. Yet the dogs there are allowed to get out and be walked. There is approximately 100 yards between each building. We don't understand how rules can be applied to one and not the other. If, in fact, it is a liability issue for the county pound property, which is owned by the county, then why wouldn't it be a liability issue for the Humane Society property, which is owned by the county? A strange anomaly of the animal shelter system and the politics that delegate how it is run. Meanwhile, there are dogs who do not get to be walked because of quote-unquote liability issues. Please enjoy this incredible interview between Tonya Walls and our CEO, Cassandre Miller.
Hi, it's Cassie Miller, CEO of AARF Radio. I'm here with Tonya Thompson Walls, president of Tuff Rescue, located in Amanda, Ohio. Hi, Tonya.
Hi, Cass.
Glad you could come on the radio show today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
The reason why I wanted to have you on the show is for all the wonderful work that you've been doing down in Fairfield County.
Oh, well, thank you.
Fairfield County has been kind of a stickler for me in particular. About a year ago, July 12th, I believe, when they gassed all the dogs that had rescue, I was called by Missy at the Urgent Ohio Dogs, and that very next morning went down and emptied the shelter and took every dog out.
Right.
Had to go back for the pitties because they had hid them in the back rooms. And finally, through the work of all of us, primarily you and Kim Gaffney, we got the pitties released to 501, and I took the pitties out.
First time out the front door.
Yeah, first time out the front door ever. Pretty great. I understand now still at Fairfield County, they are not letting the dogs out for walks. None of them.
No. And we've come a long way. Obviously, back then, last year around September is when we got enough community support that the commissioners did finally take notice, started making movements to go in the right direction. However, while we're doing good, there's still the last few things that really it's just about humane treatment for the dogs. They're not currently getting outside at all. They don't have any exercise pen. They do not allow volunteers to walk the dogs. They don't have any opportunity to go outside to go potty. And that's really probably the next thing that we're hoping to find a solution for.
Now, in the parking lot, I remember correctly, where the pound is situated, right on the other end of the parking lot, up the hill about so many feet, you'll find the Humane Society.
Yes.
Animals get out of there, right?
Yes. Yeah, they can walk them up there. So literally dogs are walked next door.
Yet they're not allowed to be walked at the county.
Right.
And their reason for that is saying that it's a hazard. It's
liability.
Liability.
Yeah, they're saying the reason that they're not currently doing that is one is they don't want volunteers currently. They feel it's somewhat of a liability for them, whether a volunteer would get hurt or bitten or a dog would get loose and resulting, in maybe a traffic accident. Which all of things, that are a possibility, not likely. I don't believe that the Humane Society has ever had, an incident, and no one's ever sued them for volunteering there. And to me, the liability, there's more liability just generally in the shelter with people visiting in the adoption room, dogs that aren't properly exercised.
Tell me about Tuff Rescue. What made you get started?
Well, we had all been kind of doing this on our own. I've personally done horse rescue since '93 on my own, and of course done dogs and cats as they came to me. Got involved with fighting for the ban and realized once we all got together, we'd been doing it behind the scenes and thought, if we really got together, we would be a force to reckon with. And when we got together and started our advocacy group, which is Forever Friends of Fairfield County Dog Shelter, we then realized that there would be a lot of benefit on things that we can get done and things that we can do with the dog if we went ahead and incorporated as a rescue and applied for our 501, which gets us the nonprofit status. So once that happened, we just basically the snowball effect, and we're a little bit of everywhere right now, doing a little bit of everything.
Excellent. Now you also have Tough Kid Rescue. Danielle and Tristan Calhoun, I think they're 10 years old and 8 years old.
Yeah, these are our mini-me's. That's what we like to call them. These girls came to us. I know their mother, and the rescue had done what we called our Secret Santa surprise. The family had been through some hard times. The girls have some medical conditions, and their dog had passed away a while back, and the family just wasn't able at that point to get a new dog. And when they were able, and she contacted me, and I said, let me do this for you. Let us do this. And so we got her a little beagle. And that was their dog of choice. And we set them up with him being fully bedded, enough supplies to last him about a year worth of dog food and a crate and his toys and his leash and his harness and everything they would need for him. And ever since then, those girls have been all about us and all about the shelter dogs, which is the shelter in Fairfield County that their dog came from. And they pretty much advocate just like we do. I mean, they're out, they have their own Facebook page, they email rescues the same way we do, they make phone calls the same way we do, they collect donations for us, and they are just as determined as we are.
These are two little red-headed 10 and 8-year-old girls.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
yep. Yes, very opinionated, just like us.
I know they get up the birthday present. They collected quite a bit of money.
They collected over $3,000.
That's just incredible. Now, you have a Facebook page, correct?
Yeah, we actually have two of them. We have our advocacy page, which is Forever Friends of the Fairfield County Dog Shelter. And then we have the rescue page, which is just Tuff Rescue, and it's TUFF, which stands for Truly Unique Forever Friends. And then we also have a website, which is www.tuffrescue.
And you have an area there for donations?
Absolutely. Yep.
Now, you have how many dogs right now?
I would say right now, we just had a couple move in and out today. I believe we have 15 dogs that are currently available. And then I believe I have about 8 dogs that are pending adoption right now.
Excellent, excellent. And you go to the adoption shows and the...
Uh-huh. Yep, we've gone to the Pet Expo. We also...
That's located where, Tonya?
Pet people. Yeah, we've actually been at another event with them, and they've invited us to do an adoption event at their place in Pickerington. So that'll be a new one for us. So hopefully a whole new, circle of adopters coming from that area.
If you could ask anything of our listeners for help for the Fairfield dogs, what would it be?
Well, I have one I'd ask for the Fairfield dogs and one I'd ask for the rescue dogs. For the Fairfield dogs, I'd say write your commissioners. And it doesn't even have to be in my county. What's going on in your own county? How are the dogs being treated? What is their policy on the pit bull? You will be surprised at what will happen if the public stands behind the issue. You will be surprised what you can get done. I would ask that everyone consider being a foster home, because we honestly cannot do what we do without foster homes. And it is the most terrible feeling in the world to have to say, no, I don't have room for that dog. And it just breaks your heart. And everyone says, well, I get too attached, and it's too hard to let them go. And I just say, you know what, I would rather cry bittersweet tears of letting the dog go than cry because that dog didn't make it because they didn't have a foster home.
Correct. Now, the County Commissioners is located at 210 East Main Street, and that's in Lancaster, Ohio, 43130.
Mm-hmm.
Their phone number for anyone's usage is 740-652-7090. I know I have spoken with Mike Kiger several times.
Yeah, I have as well. And we do stress, please be professional in your manner of addressing them. If you want to be taken seriously, that's the best way to approach it.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you very much, Tonya, for coming on today, talking about the Fairfield County Dogs, talking about Tuff Rescue, and putting the word out there for the girls, for Danielle and Tristan with Tuff Kids.
Yeah, they have their own site as well. It's Tough Kids for Dogs on Facebook.
This is our next generation, 10 and 8-year-old girls.
Yep. I told them by the
job.
time I'm ready to retire, it'll be their turn on deck. So.
Thanks again, Tonya. Thanks for everything.
Thanks so much, Cass. Thanks for having me.
You bet.
All right.
I'll be talking to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
You are listening to AARF Radio.